and everyone. Uh, Myself, Dublish, Assistant Professor in Akgec Engineering College, Ghaziabad in MC Department. My topic of presentation is Network and Communication Aspects in IoT. This topic is useful for MC and BCA student, MCA, BTech, CSIT students, and the subject code for MCA IoT is for KCA 053. So, the topic of my today's lecture is network and communication aspects in IoT. So, basically a recent paradigm of communication which properly known as the Internet of Things, where all the object of different kind of our daily life spanning from smartphone, sensor or device are associated with the network enabled objects like RFID can communicate with each other and makes a part of the internet. So the main aim of IoT is to make the internet more and more inspiring and pervasive. So by connecting a wide variety of heterogeneous devices and making easy access of the device, several applications are being used in IoT. So which deal with the large number of data generated by the attached devices and make some decisions which are very important for the industry or control the attached device based on the generated data. So there is huge use of IoT in several domains like medical aids, home automation, industrial automation, mobile healthcare, electricity transmission and distribution, etc. Nowadays, smart city is one of the emerging domains of IoT where researchers are proposing several communication models are standard and provide some application which facilitate the residing citizen by enhancing their everyday standard of life. So, with the advancement of communication technology and microcontroller technology, wireless sensor network WSN plays an important role in IoT. Sensor node, which are very teeny, low cost devices, can sense different parameters in the environment, can store in its memory temporary and can communicate with other electronic devices by using communication technology like IEEE 802.115.4 or Bluetooth Low Energy. So, on the other hand, RFID tag is also a useful device in IoT which is used to identify an object attached with an RFID tag. So, what are the wireless medium access issues we cover in the term of network and network aspect in IoT? So, when it comes to communication using a wireless medium, there is always a concern about interference due to other present wireless communication technology. So, wireless means communication and message transfer without the use of a physical medium, that is wires. So, let's understand how communication is done between them. So, different mobile stations are attached to a transmitter receiver which communicates via a shared channel by other node. So, in this type of communication, it makes this difficult for the MAC design rather than the wired network. So, the very important issue which are observed are half duplex operation, time varying channel and burst channel error. So, we will cover this kind of issue in today's lecture. So, first one is what is half duplex operation. So, half duplex transmission means when the sender and the receiver both are capable of sharing data but one at a time. So, in wireless transmission, it is difficult to receive data when the transmitter is sending the data because during transmission, a large amount or a large fraction of a signal energy is leaked while broadcasting. So, the magnitude of a transferred signal and received signal differs a lot. So, due to which collision detection is even not possible by the sender as the intensity of the transferred signal is large than the received one. Hence, this causes the problem of collision and the prime focus should be to minimize the collision. So, what are the time varying channel? So, time varying channel include the three mechanisms for radio signal propagation for reflection, diffraction and scattering. So, refractions basically occurs when propagating wave carrying information introduce an object that has very large dimension and then the wavelength of the wave. And diffraction means occurs when the radio path between the transmitter and the receiver is collided by the surface with very sharp edges. So, this is a phenomenon that causes a diffraction of the wave from the targeted position. Scattering means scattering occurs when the medium through the wave is traveling consists of some objects which have dimension smaller than the wavelength of the wave. So, while transmitting the signal by the node, these are time shifted and this is called scattering. And last one is multipath propagation. Multipath propagation, while when the node signal intensity is dropped below a threshold value, then this is termed as fade. As a result, handshaking strategy is widely used so healthy communication can be set up. Now, what are the burst channel error? Bus channel errors are called as a continuous sequence of symbols which are received in a communication channel in which the first and last symbol have an error, and there is no evidence of continuous subsequence of corrected received symbols. When time varying channels are used, then signal strengths are introduced due to which error are observed in transmission. So, for this channel in wireless network, the bit rate is high as 10 to 3. So, next important topic we will cover, what are the MAC protocol survey. So, in UIT, the medium access protocol is essential because it manages the coordination among different IoT devices during data transmission. However, several challenges need to be addressed at the MAC layer to provide high network throughput, low energy consumption and low latency. So, the high mobility of UAV is one of the most important challenges, resulting in a highly dynamic network topology. The IoT devices can only get access to a UAV when the UAV is within the communication range. So, the UAV is usually equipped with directional antennas for energy transmissions. So, in this case, the IoT devices located in different areas can communicate with the UAV at different times. So, it causes unfair opportunities in the network, or on the other hand, we can say reducing the energy consumption of the device is very important in the UIT network. So, in UIT, 3 types of energy consumption should be considered: the energy consumption of battery powered UAV, and the energy consumption of onboard sensor, cameras and other IoT devices, and the energy consumption of ground IoT devices and sensor nodes. Therefore, how to select or design an appropriate MAC protocol for the uplink channel by handling this issue is a challenging problem. So, this is the first survey of MAC protocol for UIT. So, we surveyed state-of-the-art MAC protocol and compared them with their major features, operational characteristics and performance matrices. So, this comparative discussion is beneficial to leaders who wish to use the existing protocol or develop a new one for a specific application. So, the main contribution are as follows: like we present and discuss the communication architecture of UIT along with the common application scenarios and their associated challenges. So, in addition, we preview the MAC protocol for IoT and UAV network separately because the heterogeneous architecture of UIoT consists of both IoT and UAV network. So, by exploiting the important design consideration of MAC protocol for UIT, we present a new taxonomy of existing MAC protocol tailored to UIT based on MAC strategy used to access the channel for data transmission. Hence, the existing MAC protocol for UIT are classified into 3 categories. Subsequently, they are reviewed and discussed with regard to the main ideas, operational principles, advantages, limitations, and its application domains for fixture improvements. So, the major features, operational characteristics, and performance matrices of the reviewed MAC protocol are qualitatively compared. Finally, important open research issues and challenges that must be overcome for developing a better MAC protocol for UIT are summarized and discussed. So, recommended solution for each of the open research issues are also discussed. So, next is what are the survey routing protocol. So, survey routing protocol is the main content which is responsible for the packets to be forwarded from one node to another, and also it uses its method to find the best path for getting the best routing path and avoid congestion and obtain maximum throughput. So, the routing protocol are of the 2 types in wireless sensor network, which are proactive and reactive. So, in forward routing protocol, it gives the routes even before it is even needed by a node or any data. Hence, these proactive protocol from time to time exchange their control message to find routes inside the network as they start the transmission. So, the other protocol, reactive protocol, which provide routes only needed to do. So, hence it decided that if a route is needed for data to transmit and also so that the network is not flooded by its queries. So, routing protocol are mainly taken up for the low power and lossy network, which is an IPv6 protocol that has been designed by the IETF routing by the role group as an implementation standard. RFL is a vector that is based on the distance matrices due to the linked state protocol, which takes a certain amount of memory that is not suitable for constraint in LNN. So, we can conclude that RPL is a forward routing protocol that start finding its best routes as the RPL network is started. So, RPL network is based on tree topology, which is also called a DAG network. So in this network, each node has a parent, which is the starting point for that node, and the nodes in the RPL have the network down the nodes from top to bottom of the tree. But route aggregation is not recommended in RPL due to several problems such as mobility of nodes and loss in medium and transmission. The most important factor for RPL is the path selection mode, and basically the RPL uses objective function, routing constraint, and routing matrices. Functionally mainly use TCP/IP communication for accessing the internet as its standard matrices. So RPL also uses the RFL topology, routing matrices, objective function, timers, control messages, and routing mechanism. As the above are used for producing a good RPL network with less congestion and obtain maximum throughput. Although from time to time these matrices and result can be upgraded for better performance. Next one is what is the sensor deployment and node discovery. So IoT, Internet of Things, is an emerging technological paradigm where things can be connected from different fields through the internet. So the rapid advancement in communication technology, actuator and low-cost sensing devices leads to the extensive deployment of the IoT devices. Such devices can be deployed in any public space, provide detailed information about the behavior of individual, such as personalization, behavior change, and personal health monitoring. So IoT technology that is being deployed is especially designed to make it invisible, such that the technology does not manifest its present to user its monitoring. So for IoT based healthcare application, the wireless body area network is gaining much popularity as wearable devices spring into the marketplaces, and the multiple sensor nodes can be deployed on different locations of the human body to measure the heartbeat, body temperature distribution, and it can detect falls. So in addition to medical signal, the sensor node can be placed to track environmental condition around the human body as well. So hence wearable sensor system afford valuable information about the impact of human health. So these systems are not limited for the personal use. It can be fitted on animals, cars, etc. to construct a wireless sensor network. According to the previous estimation, healthcare IoT solution lay down the platform for extremely accessible, personalized, and on-time services that will attain $1 trillion by 2025. Hopefully, wearable systems have emerged as a prominent area in healthcare for managing cardiovascular, neurological diseases, etc. So these sensors are used on the body surface or inside the human body invasively. However, it is distinct from invasive implantable devices. So this system will be particularly helpful for sensing information inside the human body, as the sensors are designed and supported by flexible technology. So the sensing device collects data which is transmitted through wireless communication protocol to a server that is responsible to gather the data set available for further analysis. So wireless sensor network is comprised of heterogeneous nodes fixed in and around the human body, which is connected to the network. So it is characterized by the IEEE 802.15 communication standard, generating a huge volume of data, and gathering it plays a vital role in electronic healthcare. Data residing in multiple wireless devices needs to be collected and analyzed effectively. So within WVN dataset may be fragmented across many nodes, and if the practitioner node does not have the correct information, then the quality of healthcare processing would be degraded. So it shows the wearable sensor for tracking psychological and physical changes in daily life. So their basics and applications of wearable sensor based system have enormous potential to be completely explored, and it is anticipated that advancement in technologies will afford the transformation on a body area network and gives an overview of evaluating the performance of localized system. It is also present several type of sensor and methodologies to fuse the data generated by the sensor. So since we have foreseen a future where the existence of miniature device communicating through packet radio in both indoor and outdoor environment. So that's enough for today lecture. Thanks. Jai Hind everyone.